Hi YouTube. I thought it'd be black and white today. I don't know why, I just fancied black and white because everything feels a bit black and white right now. Currently in isolation. Yes, isolation. I was isolated by a track and trace message. Basically, a couple of people at work have turned out positive, so I was in that section, so I've been marked off as one that been tested. Went in the test centre. This is funny actually. No one in there. Didn't realise everyone's filming inside test centres. I didn't. No one in there. Quite a strange experience. Quite militant. You expect it, I suppose, because they're dealing with a potentially deadly virus. But the bloke on the door, he was a right fucking up his own arse, should I say. Yeah, it wasn't the most pleasant experience. The nurse was quite nice. But yeah, completely and utterly empty. I come back negative. Now, one thing I'd like to say is one of the people who came back positive from where I work recently had the flu vaccine, which is a coronavirus, and people keep getting this. Coronavirus is an umbrella for loads of different types of viruses, different types of flus, colds, COVID, like SARS type fucking whatever else, pneumonia even. They're all corona type viruses, and corona means crown. You know, look at the front of the bottle of Corona. There's a fucking crown on it. The reason why they're called corona type viruses is because they look like a crown under a microscope. COVID-19 is a corona type virus. Now I am convinced, and doctors have even said, that this test they're doing tests for a virus. Not COVID-19, a virus of the corona umbrella. So they haven't even got a test that tests for COVID-19. It tests for a corona type virus. Also, if you die within 28 days of having COVID-19, you die of corona. Or COVID-19. How's that right? I could have had COVID like this week, and then 2 weeks later got run over by a bus. But I'm still a statistic. You know, anyone in their right mind can see this is the biggest fucking con in human history. Okay, if this was like a zombie type virus that I touch you and, I touch you and you're now guaranteed to get it, and, there's a 50% survival rate, you could understand panic. Barely 1%, maybe 2% of the entire global population has died. More die of flu every year. Actual flu, normal flu that we all know about. This is just absolutely nonsensical. It really is nonsensical, and the human race is really starting to test my patience because I like my immune system to function, and while you're all social distancing and doing all this shit that the government's told us to do, none of us are going to have a fucking immune system at this rate. Well, people wake the fuck up. Honestly. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. But then again, look at the fucking population. Half of you are fucking having a little party because Trump has lost, or you think Trump's lost. What, you're happy Biden's got in? Have you seen the way he pervs over fucking children? He molests them on camera. But that's okay, that's acceptable. It's okay to have the paedophiles fucking come in. It's okay to have child molesters in charge. But because Trump said, I'll just push myself against women in private once, to another man talking like as if he was in a fucking changing room in a gym. I hear men speak like that every day. I'm a lesbian. Men speak to me about women like that all the time. Standard fucking practice. As if it's something that men don't do. Honestly. Women do it about men, to be fair. Let's just be realistic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. If people can't see what's going on in the world right now, then I literally give up with telling people, to be fair. Because at the end of the day, people get really, really angry, really agitated with people and start Facebook, I'm censored on there anyway, so I've got to be careful how I word things now. I can't even, when I write the word paedophile, I'm a little bit, is someone going to say that's hate speech or something? So I've got to be a little bit conscious and a little bit aware of what I'm doing there. So I can't say what I want to say, but people are fucking so scared because of that thing over there, that box. That box that the news comes out. British Brainwashing Corporation, Fox News, NBC, all of them. All of them. And every single person who hears it from the news, oh, well, they said this. Well, they said that. As if it's, what is it, your God? Is Naga Monchetti, or whatever her fucking name is, one of the most outspoken BBC fucking presenters, is she your God? What she says is right. So, because she said it, they must be right. And can't do your own research. It's funny how, you know, when that box there ridicules someone for years and years and years and years and years and years and years because they don't like the fact that he's in charge. You know, Trump's a businessman. Think of it like this, right? Why would someone who's a billionaire, who can sit at home in his house and mind his own fucking business, why on earth would he want the hassle that he gets daily from that box and the public of the United States of America? Why would he put up with that? And why would he do that? He's a millionaire, a billionaire. He has no reason to do any of this. He could just sit at home and do what he wants. But why? You ask yourself, why? It's not just about control. You know, there's an element of, oh, look, I'm in charge. Yeah, of course there is. He's a little bit like that. He has to be. Any businessman has to be. Anyone who's in charge of a massive corporate conglomerate is not a nice person. You don't get there from being nice. You have different degrees of niceness. But because Donald Trump's not a politician, yeah, and he's not subservient to the banking families and doesn't, you know, conform to the shit that comes out of that box, and he's arresting the paedophiles and stopping the child trafficking, all of a sudden the elite that run and control that box, who want the children, have a little bit of something to say now. But still people can't see it. You know, David Icke, look, you all ridiculed him. You all ridiculed him. You all took the piss out of him on Wogan. Guess what? He wrote in his book in 2002 about fucking Jimmy Savile and the BBC paedophile ring. I knew about it 17, 18 years ago. Mentioned it to my girlfriend on the beach. And when it all came out, she goes, you said about that years ago. But oh no, David Icke doesn't know anything because he's a fucking lunatic. The ridicule that man got. Think about it. Always question people who are ridiculed on that level. Someone might get a day's worth, 2 days worth of shit from that fucking box. You get an entire term that you're in power. You've got to ask yourself some questions. Come on, people, are you really this fucking stupid? The first thing people say to me is, oh, I thought you had some savvy. Oh, what, because I'm less intelligent now, what? Because I don't agree with everything that comes out that box? Because I question, I'm now less intelligent. Okay, that's the kind of fucking mentality you have. Honestly. No one's less intelligent. We all have our own paths. We all have our own things that we need to discover in the world. But sometimes when I see things that are really like detrimental, you know, George Orwell, 1984, living in it right now. No one wanted to live in it. That's why we went to war. That's why all this shit goes on that goes on. Yeah? To stop stuff like this, but then we just walk neatly straight into the same subservient dictatorship that we've tried to stop for fucking years and years on end because everyone's listening to that box. So give yourself a round of applause. Well done, human race. You've completely enslaved yourself. And you know what? I've got to the point where I don't fucking care. Because the people who've took the piss out of me and fucking ridiculed me, when this shit hits the fan properly, don't come crying to me because I'll tell you to fuck off. Peace, love and light.